Are you about to head out on your first backpacking experience, or as I like to call it, blackpacking experience, and you have no idea what to do, say, bring, or even how to act? Well, I'm here to help you with my 10 blackpacking tips, sure to help your trip go 10 times smoother. Make sure you stay tuned. Hey there guys, what's going on? How you is B? Welcome back to another episode of Gullah Grits TV. I'm super duper excited today that I'm going to be giving out my 10 blackpacking tips that have helped me along my journey. Child, don't make the same mistakes that I did. That's why I'm making this video. Don't do stupid stuff like I did, okay? So I have my handy dandy notebook here and we're just gonna jump right into it, okay? So tip number 1. Actually have a backpack. It seems pretty obvious, right? You'd be surprised, because I'm one of them. I don't even have a backpack yet. So I actually have a backpack, but it's not like an actual backpacker's backpack or what you would think that a backpacker's backpack is. So I just have like a actual like school backpack. I was in the airport with like a bag, my backpack, like a satchel, 2 satchels, and like my GoPro thing hooked onto my backpack and my shoes just all sticking out. It was a mess. I was a mess. So tip number 1, actually invest in an actual backpacker's backpack. Tip numero 2. Don't overpack. Like, seriously. Don't be like me. This whole video is gonna be things that I do and did and still do to this day. Don't overpack. Like, bring you like 3 nice shirts that can switch and become like evening wear if you want to go out and have a nice night on the town, and bring you like 2 pairs of jeans and maybe 2 pairs of like not jeans. And also invest in like some Toms. They can actually like double as like evening wear. If you ain't really trying to be too fancy, they can double. Bring you some tennis shoes and of course flip-flops. I literally cannot live without flip-flops. Yeah, but make sure you don't bring too many shoes because remember, you're backpacking. So all that extra, remember everything that you have on your back you will be carrying throughout your entire travels. No matter if you're traveling for 2 weeks, 1 month, or a whole year, it is on your back. So pack light, not too light, but pack light. Tip number 3. This goes out for all my CPT people. If you know what CPT means, you're probably a CPT. That means be on time. Be on time for your flight. If you are flying domestically within the United States or wherever country you're in, you should be there at least 2 hours early. If you're flying international, you need to be there at least 3 to 5 hours before your flight leaves. You gotta go through customs, you gotta get through the airport, that's a whole thing. You have to wait in line, maybe your ticket might go wrong, anything could go wrong. Anything, especially with international flights. I missed my flight one time to Costa Rica. I was flying from Nicaragua to Costa Rica and I missed my flight. And it was the worst thing that could ever happen because the taxi driver was like picking up everybody. I was the first one in the taxi, but he's picking up everybody. And then he goes and picks up his wife. And I'm like, hey, bruh, I got to go. So he actually takes me to the airport and I get there and then I end up missing my flight. I had to stay in a hotel in the capital city in Nicaragua, in a hotel room that was like, bruh. I swear I walked in the hotel room and there was this rat in the roof that looked like he was probably selling drugs. And you know, you live your best life. Anyway, be on time. Just be on time. That's it. Tip number 4. When you get to the airport, be ready. Be ready when you get to the airport. I'm speaking from experience because I absolutely hate the airport. I don't know why. Everybody's like, oh my God, like, it's not the destination, it's the journey. No, no. That journey could be 16-hour flights. I ain't got time for that. I will take my 2 ibuprofen PMs and 3 shots of tequila and call it a day. But when you go through the airport line, make sure you are ready. Have your laptop out and just put it out and put it in the tray so you don't have to be fumbling and bumbling and people are waiting behind you. I hate that because of my anxiety. Wear flip-flops because it's easier for you to just throw them off and throw them back on. You don't have to like put your socks on and put things or whatever. Don't wear a belt because they're gonna make you take it off. Some places might not, some places will make you do it. Just don't wear one. That way you don't have to go through that. And don't have anything in your pockets, nothing. Just to make I'm trying to help you to have just a quick, smooth experience through the airport. 5 blackpacking tips. Tip number 5. When you get to the culture or the place that you're going, make sure that you actually learn about the culture, take some tours, visit some museums before you start partying. Not the first night you get there. Before you start partying, learn a little bit about the culture. Invest in experiences, not in alcohol. Trust me. Trust me. I've been backpacking for about 3 years, and my liver can tell you some stories, okay? So just make sure that you actually learn about the culture, learn some of the phrases, learn some little words of the language. They will be so glad that you did. Especially for blackpackers, be prepared to be stared at. Some people have never seen a black person before. So be prepared to be stared at. Don't get angry. They are just more curious than racist. Trust me. They're way more curious than racist. When I was in Nicaragua, like, I have never experienced like such a beautiful culture that accepted black the way it did, and it was just amazing. They stared at me, or like people will be like, oh my God, look at this, oh my God, look at him. Yes, they will stare at you because you're unique to them. Just be nice and don't get offended. Trust me, it's more curious than racist. So tip number 6, we're talking about hair. So this goes for my guys that have hair and my 4C natural women. All these people out here trying to travel with hair. I got you. I got you. So if you don't want to bring your own products, which is I really don't advise because it's just so much work when you have bought your Shea Moisture and all your good stuffs and your divine creams, essence, and all that extra, and then they take it from you in the airport. And we know how expensive that stuff can be. So don't take it. When you get to the country, make sure, when I first started my hair journey, I used to be putting all kinds of stuff in my hair. Now I make sure that I only have oil. Oil is the most important thing. Oil and water. You and I like oil and water, crash at every corner. I digress. But make sure that you have water and oil. There is oil all around the world. You can find olive oil. That is my oil of choice. I always use olive oil for everything. And see if you can find some types of cream or something. Maybe you'll be able to find it. I'm in Dominican Republic right now. They have a brand here called Afrolove, which is amazing. Like, absolutely amazing. Didn't even know it existed, and I got here and I found it. You may get lucky like that and find a good hair product that you can use while you stay. If you can't, make sure you have the bare minimum of at least a water and an oil because your hair still does need to be taken care of. And, important, read the labels on the products that you buy. Please read the labels. The other day, I went and bought some cream. It said it had mango oil and olive oil and avocado oil, and it was so great. I was like, okay, all right, my hair finna be on point. I got to the house. It was a relaxer. Thank God I didn't put it in my hair. People who know me know that I'm very natural with my hair. I don't really use all that extra stuff. And I almost relaxed my hair on accident after 4 years. After 4 years. Oh, just be careful. And also my last tip for this one is sometimes wear a turban. Sometimes your hair needs a break. Like maybe you're doing a twist out and you're waiting for your hair to dry. Don't walk outside in no bonnet. Put a beautiful head wrap on. Learn how to tie some turbans. It goes with the outfits you may be wearing. I have more scarves than I have pants. So yes, wear a turban. It doesn't hurt and it makes you look all unique and special and regal. Okay? Tip number 7. So for tip number 7, one of the most important tips that I feel that we need to discuss, because there's this misconception out there that black people do not get sunburn. The lies you tell. Huh. So, when you go out for a trip and you are probably gonna be in the Caribbean or you're in South America or you're in Africa or you're in Georgia, hell, it can get hot. Make sure that you use sunscreen. Like, use sunscreen. It doesn't hurt to just rub some sunscreen on you. Don't depend solely on your melanin to protect you from the sun. Trust me. I've been burned multiple times. And I mean, cause when you get burned, like as a black person, you get burned on a different level. White people get burned on like, you know, cause they're used to it. They've been getting burned like, you know, their whole lives. It's like a rite of passage, you know? But for us, it's really not. So use sunscreen because you can get sun poisoning. I've had it and you can get really, really sick and it's just no fun for anybody involved, especially when it's hot, you're burning and you're sick. No. And also if you don't have sunscreen, use shea butter. Shea butter is a natural SPF. I use shea butter a lot and it makes my skin glisten. I be smelling like cashew nuts. So just make sure you're protecting your skin, okay? Tip number 8. So space out your plane tickets. This is a little trick that I've learned. I will buy my plane ticket, especially if it's international, and I'm balling on a budget. So I will buy my plane ticket 1 month, one way going, and then the next month, before I leave, I'll buy my plane ticket coming back or to another place. That way I can save money. If I don't have the money for a round trip ticket at the time, I can, save money that way. That is a good little strategy that's been helping me. It keeps me traveling and I'm able to continue to keep a little money in my pocket. Notice I said little. Tip number 9, don't eat out all the time. I had a bad habit about this, like real bad habit about eating out all the time. Spend your money wisely. Like I said, invest in experiences. Invest in experiences can go for food as well. So make sure if you're staying at a hostel, like cook or try and cook the best you can. Snack. I'm not a big snacker, but if you are, snack. It helps, but treat yourself as well. Like save up for a nice meal somewhere. Like if you're in a certain culture, make sure you eat that culture's food that they're famous for. But make sure that you're doing it right. Don't spend all your money on eating out in the streets and eating just random stuff that is just wasting your money. So that's tip number 9. Don't eat out all the time. Tip number 10, last tip. Okay, so tip number 10 is stay in hostels. Hostels are a great way to save money, meet new people, network. It's a great way to just learn about different things. It makes you feel less lonely because everybody else in hostels are traveling too. So it's just a great way to make new connections. You can meet lifelong friends in hostels. But Make sure you take some time for yourself because you need to recharge your battery. You're going to be spending a lot of time on the go. You're going to spend a lot of time in the backpacking world. And sometimes you just really need to you need to take off your pants and you just don't feel like being around nobody. You're thinking about your stuff being stolen. You just want to be at peace. So make sure you take that time for yourself to recharge your battery, recharge your spirit, so that way you can be at full max capacity because you can't pour from an empty cup, okay? But make sure you do stay at hostels because they're a very, very, very efficient way to travel. Boop, 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 boop. I have a bonus tip for you guys. Tip number 11. Y'all see my cricket fingers? But this one is really, 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 really important and very, very special to me, okay? This tip is be an ambassador for us. Pave the way for new travelers of color. When you go out, you are a representation of us, of all of us. I have the privilege to be a Black and a part of the LGBTQ community. So I get to go and set the bar really high, and I do. So make sure that you walk with grace. You hold your head up high. You hold your tongue in certain situations. You are in a different country. Not everybody reacts the same as America. Listen to the people that are in that country. Some people might be giving you some good advice, okay? I respect people so that I am respected. And the last little thing is remember to smile. Sometimes a culture has a whole perspective or perception of Black people. They have a whole perception of us and they know nothing about us. Some people have never seen a Black person in person before. And you can change that person or that whole entire culture's perception of you with just a smile. So those are my 10, 11 blackpacking tips. This goes for backpacking or blackpacking. Those are my 10 tips for keeping you safe and helping you to have a safe, smooth travel to wherever you're going. I hope our paths cross someday. And thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you like this video and if you would like to see more videos like this one. Just comment down below or comment wherever it is. This is a big thing. We are starting to get out there. We are out there. We out here. And we are learning about the world and people are seeing us in a different light. And I love it. I love it. And I can't wait to see you in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.